Well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. And Maria asked you a question, but I have a question for you. How many of you would like to increase your business? Okay? How many of you would like to have things happening easier for you? How many of you would like to have business actually landing in your lap? There you go. So, I'm going to give you today some hints what to do to create that. First of all, I wanted to tell you something that you absolutely love. No matter what happens to you in your life, no matter where you are, it's got absolutely nothing to do with what's going to happen tomorrow. How about that? So if you had a bad experience in your business, you didn't have clients, or maybe you didn't have as much business you wanted, guess what happens? It's got nothing to do with what's going to happen tomorrow. So, or even next hour. The thing is that it's the most important in our lives. It's our imagination. The thing is, if we can imagine that we can have things easier, we'll create that. If we think that we have to work hard, that it's not easy, then we create that. But when we put in our imagination and we say, how would it be awesome if we had the business just landing in our lap? If we can imagine that, we can create it. So, I wanted to tell you something interesting. Imagine there is a river, okay? And there is water in the river. And the water's got current. I have a question for you. What is easier, to swim with the current or against the current?
With.
Of course. You see, if we just go and we work hard and we look for clients and we do all those things, which we have to do it when we start with our business. But when we just do that, you know what we're doing? We are fighting the current. When we do the same things, but we use our mind with it, in other way we have the right mindset, what's happened is we start swimming with the current. And after a while, you know what happened? We don't even have to swim. Current carries us. And my clients come to me and said, Amanda, is this supposed to be that easy? Yes, you are getting it. It's supposed to be easy. So what mindset I am talking about? I am talking about how to feel when you go and you do your business. Now you might say, why about feelings? Because thoughts don't create anything in our lives. Thought is just intention, direction, where we're going. But thoughts don't create anything. Thought by itself has no power to create anything. Thoughts evoke feelings. And feelings create everything in our lives. How many of you experience this? I am thinking positive, I'm thinking positive. Why it's not happening, right? Because you can think here, but when you feel there, guess what? It's not what you think is going to be created, but what you feel. So if you think, okay, I have sales, but you think like, oh, it's not going to happen, it's off season, and people might not like it, and maybe it's too expensive, and maybe whatever. Guess what? You're not going to create what you think, you're going to create what you feel. So when I'm talking about mindset, I'm talking about how you feel. So what I'm really talking about are feelings. I'm talking about feeling love. Why about feeling love? Because when we feel love, we automatically become calm. And when we are calm, we create what we want. The calmer we are, the more business lands in our lap. And can it really land in our lap? Oh, yes. I have clients that are coming to me over and over again and say, Amanda, this is incredible. That person called me. I don't even advertise. And I have the biggest client ever. This person called me and want to buy a house. This person called me. I don't know how they got my numbers. This person called me and I got a big contract for painting. I had a client, and some people here might know him, who is a painter.
Thank you.
And when he came to me, he said, Amanda, I'm just paying my bills. Because, in 2009, you know what happened to the housing market? So, his business of 20 years went down with the market. he had to let everybody go, and he had only, it was him and his brother in the business, and he left only like 2-3 people working for him. So when he came and said, Amanda, I just pay my bills and I work 6 days a week. So I said to him, how would you like to work less hours and make more money? How many people would like to do that, right? He says, really? Can I do that? And then I said to him, he said to me, Amanda, but we have those gatekeepers. You know who are the gatekeepers, right? The people who stop you to get to the owner to talk about my services, right? I said, how would you like the gatekeepers stop existing? Really? I said, yeah. Okay, I'm starting your program. Well, as we started the program, he got $40,000 contract, then $30,000, then $200,000, then $1 million. And by the time we finished, he was expanding his business in Orlando, in Tampa, and Fort Lauderdale. He was employing over 40 people to start with. He said, Amanda, I can't believe it. The contracts are just lined up. Just lined up like that. And he said, the last one I just got here is one contract. They're 3-in-1, $360,000 each. So how this happened? What happened with this person that changed from paying bills to making, and he actually posted, what was it, 2 years ago, he posted on Facebook that, it's a mindset, and since I've seen Amanda Devine, my business changed into multi-million-dollar business. What happened? Why suddenly this business, he works, fraction of the hours he worked before. What happened in his mindset? When we start expecting that things are easy, we'll create that. Anytime, everywhere you go, feel love. Because when you feel love, you automatically become calm. My client, who is really a real estate agent, as he was cleaning the house that he put on the market, he felt love for that house, and as he was leaving, a person called him and said, hello, are you the listing agent? Yes, I am. I would like to buy that house. And he said, by the way, do you have 3 other houses? Because I would like to buy 4 investment properties. He said, Amanda, by cleaning this house and feeling love for an hour and a half, I sold 4 houses. Business landing in your lap. 2009, you know what the real estate market was. My client sold $4 million in real estate by expecting that doesn't matter what is outside. We have the power to create exactly what is that we want. And I can give you example after example after example that when we start expecting, when we start feeling love, because we create everything by the way we feel. So if we worry, if we are tense, if we are upset, that doesn't create what we want. That's not going to get calmness. But when we feel love, when we feel gratitude, when we're grateful for every single client we get more of them. And then when we start talking about, wow, look at this, I sold the house, I did that, makes you feel even better. And before you know it, amazing things happen. I have a client who is mortgage broker, and she hasn't been doing that for a very long time, and she somehow couldn't start. We started to do the program. She started to think in a different way. She just told me that she had 6 closing for the last month and 7 closing this month. She said, it's just happening. People are calling me. And I said, I have so much business going on. This is incredible. So you see, sometimes we think about people, we work harder than the other people. We put more hours and they are making more money. That's not fair, right? But what's the difference is the mindset. When we have a mindset of a winner, when we expect that things are going to be easy, when we go on a sale, it's a sale. When we go on a listing, expect it's a listing. When we go to a client and whatever product we have, we expect that they're going to buy, we will create it. And as we continue with that, the calmer we get, the more business just shows up. Like almost people, like I say, it's almost like magic. It's not magic in that. It's just we create everything in our life. And we create it by the way we feel. So if you want the business landing in your lap, like my clients experience, you can have it. But you have to start swimming with the current. You have to start feeling good and expect that things are easy in your life. So every time, like we have Beyond Networking, I give you little hints and tips how to use your mind to grow your business. And I'm telling you, when you really go out and you truly use what I ask you to do, it works. But I always want to put one story, different story that from another aspects of life, because our mind doesn't only work for the business, it works for the relationships, it works for our children, it works for health. And I wanted to tell you today an amazing story. One of my clients, and Marie knows that lady, she actually arranged speaking there for me, and lady in her 70s, she had heart attacks, and 20 years ago she had a massive heart attack. After this heart attack, her heart was steadily going down. This year it was so bad, when she had a test, that the doctor told her that if the next test is going to be worse than the one she had, he is going to put her on the list for heart transplant. So you can imagine how bad her heart was. And she will get up and 2-3 steps and she will have shortness of breath, and you could see how exhausted she was. We started the program and we are only halfway through. She just had test, and it's called MAGA test, heart MAGA test. She said she used to be a nurse, so she explained to me in a very simple way that it's a test that is the best test that measures the strength of the heart, and the best test for the heart is better than EKG and everything. Measures the bottom of the heart. It measures the strength with which the heart pumps the blood out. That's what keeps us alive. Her MAGA test was going down, and this year it was 30%, which is very, very bad. Well, as we were going through the program, and we are talking only 5 months, she went to have another MAGA test. And in the meantime, she said, Amanda, I'm feeling better. She had it done, and the doctor told her, the technician told her that her MAGA test is 56%. She went to the doctor 2 weeks ago, and the doctor asked another doctor's opinion because he couldn't believe it what he saw. Now, she explained to me that it doesn't go to 100%. 56%, it's a healthy heart. Anywhere from 53 up, it's a healthy heart. The doctor explained to her that some athletes has only 62 or 63%. So it's a healthy heart. He had to go and get another doctor's opinion because she, in a matter of 5 months, she healed her heart from almost having a heart transplant to a healthy heart. Do you realize how powerful you are? Because what this lady done, you can do it too. That's why the best part for me was the doctor was asking another doctor's opinion, because he couldn't believe it. So whatever it is that you do, and what she did, she used the same mindset, expecting and putting in her mind that she's perfectly healthy. So any questions?